Please rise for the pledge. Hi, gentlemen. Hi, guys. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Good evening, everybody. It is just after 5:30, May 18th. We're down here at City Hall for the Board of Works. May I please have a roll call?
Yes, Mayor Aaron Sims,
Here.
Steve Brown,
Here.
Josh Leonard,
Here.
Attorney George Loy.
Here.
Thank you, Shanda. On to the minutes. If you gentlemen have had a chance to review the minutes from our previous meeting on April 20th, I'd like a motion to approve them.
I make a motion to approve the minutes from the meeting on April 20th.
I second that.
Mayor Aaron Sims,
Aye.
Steve Brown,
Aye.
Josh Leonard.
Aye.
On to additions or deletions to the agenda this evening. We are going to delete number 5, which was with the fire. On to old business. I don't believe we have any old business, do we, Josh? No. New business, fire department. First one is a new hire, Jeremy Britton. Hope I pronounced that correct.
Yep, sorry. This is
You're fine. You're fine.
one of my first times. We'd like permission to hire Jeremy full-time as of this evening at 7 p.m., May 18th. He has gone through the whole physical process. His results have been approved by the State Pension Board. He is coming from Honey Creek, which is in Terre Haute. So he's already got all of his certifications on the fire side. He's been an EMT for a while. Has not run a 911 service. This is going to be new to him, but he's been in the service for, I think, 6 years now. So we'd like to put him on full-time.
Whole 6 years down there at Terre Haute?
Yes.
Yeah.
He's moving here, hopefully.
Hopefully. He currently lives in Williamsport. So it was about an hour and 15 minutes for him to commute to Terre Haute, and it's about an hour and 15 minutes for him to commute up here. So
Oh,
if he comes up, well, I mean, he is up here. If he enjoys his time here, which I'm sure he will.
Of course he will.
We'll be pushing for him to move closer.
yeah.
Absolutely.
A lot of great realtors here in Monticello we could hook him up with.
There you go.
I make a motion to approve the hiring of Mr. Jeremy Britton full-time.
I second that.
And just want to clarify what AC Blake said was that it was by today, effective today at 7 o'clock. Okay, we'll go to
Yes.
vote. We have Mayor Aaron Sims,
Aye.
Steve Brown,
Aye.
Josh Leonard.
Aye.
Okay. New business number 2, fire department. Cade Garrett, promotion to public safety level 3.
Yes, so Cade Garrett, Tyler Miller, and Braden Oliver all completed certifications to move to PS3. They finished up investigator class on April 18th. So now we have 3 new investigators on the fire department, which is great. We currently only have 2, myself included. So this helps us because these guys are all, 2 of them are on the same shift, and then Braden's on a different shift. But the more we can have, the easier it is for everybody to do the investigations on scene. So those 3 guys all successfully completed their training.
I'll make a motion to promote Cade Garrett, Tyler Miller, and Braden Oliver to public safety level number 3.
And I second that.
Okay, Mayor Aaron Sims,
Aye.
Steve Brown,
Aye.
Josh Leonard.
Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you, Blake. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Chief.
Okay, that brings us down to new business item number 6. I'm sorry, 5. Police Department, consideration of a Durango purchase. Hey, Chief.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Well, I'm here requesting the purchase of a 2026 Dodge Durango from Twin Lakes Dodge here in Monticello. They have provided the city with a unique and rare opportunity to save substantial money if we was to go with this. It's 5,000 under what they offered us on the good deal that they gave us at the beginning of the year. It's one thing that Mark Miller. He purchased this vehicle, brand new, and he just wants to get rid of it because it is a police vehicle. It's set up for law enforcement. It doesn't have the lights yet, but that's the money, we have that money to do that along with the money to purchase the vehicle and new equipment as of right now.
In these economic times that we live in, it's very hard to pass up such a great deal. So I'm going to make a motion that we proceed with the purchasing of this vehicle for the police department.
And let me just interject.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's okay, let me just interject, just for the record, that this would be a special purchase because there is a unique opportunity to obtain this vehicle at a substantial savings, and that qualifies under Section 11 of our purchasing policy as a special purchase, not requiring quotes. That's all I want to say.
Okay, I second the motion that's out there.
All right, Mayor Aaron Sims,
Aye.
Steve Brown,
Aye.
Josh Leonard.
Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you, Chief. New business number 6, wastewater. This is an invoice with HWC, item number 2024-098S26, in the amount of $1,558.74.
Yeah, sorry about that. I was texting with Bob, trying to find out what that was, because that was not on our list. So I'm not really sure what the 1,558.74 is actually for. And since he's been to the dentist and not feeling so well, I don't know if that's on his mind right now either.
Looks like in construction inspector, so we had some 12 hours at $115 an hour for inspection for the lift
Okay.
station, and then some mileage, looks like with that.
It's not on his list for me to approve or ask for.
We better not, better not then. Maybe we should table this till next time. Is that all right?
I have no
Is that
idea.
all right?
Or we can get some direction from our Madam Treasurer.
I had that this was on the agenda. When I sent this out for him, this was all in there, so there wasn't any pushback on any of these, any of the invoices for any of that today.
So we know that Bob has seen them and he didn't contest them to you at least.
No, he didn't.
Okay. Go ahead.
It's not a big one, so I think we'll be all right with it. I hope. I make a motion that we approve invoice number 2024-098S26 in the amount of $1,558.74 to HWC.
I second that motion.
Mayor Aaron Sims. Steve Brown,
Aye.
Josh Leonard.
Okay, new business, item number 7, wastewater HWC with F&K, change order number 2. This is a deduction of $3,200.
Yeah, this is, it says a deduction, but it's actually a savings to us. Just like the other one was, gives us a complete savings of $67,332 back to us.
Although I'm not really sure why I even have to make a motion to approve this. I make a motion that we approve change order number 2 for HWC Engineering.
These are the good kind of change orders.
Yeah, I second happily.
All right, Mayor Aaron Sims,
Aye.
Steve Brown,
Aye.
Josh Leonard.
Aye.
Thanks.
New business, item number 8, waste,
I think the next one's 9.
sorry, pay app number 9.
Yeah, this is pay app for $39,200, $39.75.
All right, I'll make a motion to approve this pay app for Effica Construction, pay application number 9, in the amount of $39,239.75.
I second that.
Mayor Aaron Sims,
Aye.
Steve Brown,
Aye.
Josh Leonard.
Aye.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
New business number 9, water, Commonwealth, lead service line bid tabulations. Ryan?
I'm Ryan LaRue with Commonwealth Engineers. So we opened bids last month, April 20, on this project. Received 5 bids. The low bidder being AccuDig with a total bid of $2,973,149.47. Since that time, we reviewed all the bid packages for completeness. Did not have any concerns on that regard. We have also reached out to their references as well to get a feel for their experiences, all good references. I know the city has worked with them as well, obviously being local. We also had some back and forth on some of their bid prices just to make sure they included everything, weren't missing anything. We didn't come away with any concerns there. So this is basically us providing the bid tabulation for all the bids and the recommendation to award. And if I could just speak a little bit to the background of the overall project and where this falls in the process. So last year was when we submitted to SRF, received a funding offer of $5 million, half of that forgivable loan, the other half 0% loan. So an excellent deal. We proceeded through design over the winter. Now we're at bidding. The next steps, you could approve award here. It would be a tentative approval, as the closing on the financing would not be until June. So June 17th is when the pre-closing call is scheduled, and then June 30th is when the closing would be with SRF. Beyond that point, it would be moving to assemble contract documents, get them under contract, schedule a pre-construction meeting, and move into construction probably starting early August. Yeah.
So AccuDig couldn't do anything until all that's tidied
Correct.
up?
Correct. They could not be awarded officially until that closing with SRF is complete.
So you have a ratio of what we've been finding, you said like 1.5 every 10. Is that still correct?
Yeah, about 16% is what we've found through
Okay.
through the process.
Do we have a rough idea of how long it's gonna take for them to do their part? Like, are we gonna be able to finish this before winter, or is this gonna drag into next summer?
They have 260 services about in the project. The contract allows them 6 months to completion.
Okay.
So say they start in August, they're going to continue until the end of the construction season. They're
Okay.
of course going to be limited by weather towards the end.
Sure.
So it's very likely they'll be finishing up in the spring with a pause over the winter.
Sure.
But that's of course weather dependent. If we
Yeah.
get winter like 2 years ago, they'll keep going
Sure.
well into January.
Yeah.
If it's like last year, they'll probably stop somewhere in November.
Right.
And but yes, then come back in the spring to
It's
finish.
just not fun being in a 6-foot hole when it's 0 degrees and there's water spraying around everywhere.
Yes,
so.
and restoration is part of that too. There's certain ideal growing seasons.
Yeah.
Those are not late into the year. So
Yeah.
that would be the only thing to go into next year.
Okay, so even if it does roll into next year, we're talking like spring, they'll be tidying up, putting sod and
Yeah.
all that?
Yeah, and they
Okay.
may have services to still complete in the spring as well. But yeah, we'll take it as the weather allows.
Okay,
And I reviewed their bid, and I approve.
So yeah, that's our recommendation, is to award tentatively to Accudic.
Yeah, great news. I know that Brad has said in the past that he thinks very highly of Accudig and that they've had great, I know that we just hired another water employee and we were kind of shorthanded for a while, and they responded quickly to a lot of water main breaks. So that really helps the city out, and the fact that we can partner with them on a greater project is very exciting. So with all of that said, and hearing from all the other voices, I make a motion to award the contract, is that the correct language?
Yes.
To Accudig.
I second that.
Mayor Aaron Sims. Aye. Steve Brown,
Aye.
Josh Leonard.
Aye.
Okay, new business number 10, water, Commonwealth invoice 66556, $107,768.99.
This was for the final design, the bidding, some potholing and fill work being done for the project, and then permitting assistance.
I'll just add one thing. This does include the rest of the final design, so this will be the last invoice that has that chunk on it. Going forward, it'll be bidding assistance and then moving on to later phases of the project.
What encompasses the design exactly?
That's assembly of the construction documents, so the plans and the specifications, permitting, and all of that. So this invoice is through the end of March, so it's, it seems retroactive now that we're talking about bidding, but
Okay.
So I'll just go back, again, this was something we agreed to a while back, and so yes, this is part of, the last part of this
yes.
design phase payment, so.
Yes, absolutely.
You have any other
No,
questions beyond that?
I think maybe it's just the word.
Yep.
Yeah,
I
no,
get it.
I'm good.
All right, I make a motion to go ahead and pay the Commonwealth Engineers invoice 66556 in the amount of $107,768.99.
I'll second.
Couldn't get that out.
All right, Mayor Aaron Sims,
Aye.
Steve Brown,
Aye.
Josh Leonard.
Last one with water, item number 11, Commonwealth Engineering Task Order 202601.
All right, so this is our proposal for construction phase engineering for the project that was just tentatively awarded. So there's 4 different phases to this. Construction engineering, resident project representative, that's to have someone here full-time overseeing the project. And then 2 smaller phases, labor standards monitoring and Build America, Buy America compliance. Those are 2 items that are required on all SRF projects as well. And is essentially meant to cover the project all the way through construction. I will say all of these amounts are either at or under our original budget for the project when it was initially awarded from SRF. So, yeah, I'm happy to answer any questions.
I know that we came in, that Accudig came in under, do you remember, like, how much under did they come in for what SRF initially granted?
Yeah, approximately $1 million. So we did, and I can speak to that a little bit too. On the overall project, we had a phone call with SRF about 2 weeks ago to kind of come up with what's our game plan to make use of that, essentially.
The million?
Yeah, right, yes.
They wanted to talk about what you and we could do with the million rather than asking for it back?
Exactly.
Interesting.
Yeah, and essentially it's ideal to take advantage of the incredibly favorable financing.
Oh, well, sure.
So there's nothing in the project right now that would include that. So the game plan would be to basically do as many services as we can. So in the next couple months, you know, obviously right now we're just talking about awarding, getting, moving forward with construction. But in the next couple months, it would be ideal to do more field investigation work, more potholing, and design additional services so that we can fully utilize the funds available. But that's,
Yeah,
but that, of course, is something to decide in final at a future date.
okay. Interesting. So does it have to, like, do we have to find, what umbrella do we have to fall under in order, like, I guess I'm asking is how creative can we get when we stretch this? Like, does it have to do with water? Does it have to do with just supply lines? Like, how creative are they gonna allow us or you?
Yeah, that's a good question. The dollars are tied to lead service line specific.
Okay,
In the past, we've seen SRF either allow additional lead service line or replacements, of course. We have seen them allow municipalities to use that money towards like a potholing truck or a trailer that could do vac truck.
ooh,
That's another option that could be kicked around as well. But of course, we know there's a long list of services to be found. There's a lot of unknowns still in the system. So either way, there's ample opportunities to utilize that.
but it's not your professional opinion that we're gonna have overages of like $1 million, right? Normally, like 10% is what they would look for. So that's only, this is what, we're 2 million, 3, right?
Yes.
So even at 10% of overages, it's 230,000. That leaves us roughly with like 700 something.
Yeah, I believe the state code allows you to go up to 20% adder to it. So the $1 million I'm talking to is even beyond that.
Oh,
You know, so in construction, this is yet to be decided, of course, but conceivably, we could change order in another 20% to the project before we even get into that $1 million that I'm talking about.
so we could potentially, fingers crossed, look at 1.2 million in additional spending.
Yeah, ballpark, but yes.
I love this conversation. And I could spend a lot of time talking right here.
Let me add one thing to that, just for
This is
clarity's
exciting.
sake.
Is everybody hearing the same thing I'm hearing?
So,
Are you
as-
hearing this?
as you recall, you authorized us to also submit a preliminary engineering report for the remaining services that are in the system. Obviously, we still have to verify that, so
Right.
this is all based on an assumption of how many we believe that there will be. All of this talk and everything that you're hearing tonight is very positive from the standpoint of they have not announced the funding for that package yet. But the mere fact that they're suggesting that we should consider taking steps now as a part of this loan to be ready for that suggests that we will have a favorable outcome on that PER.
Okay.
When they make that announcement here in the next, should be in a matter of days.
Okay, so would they want to have a plan on that, like what we would potentially do with that extra?
Yes, they would, and we have provided that to them. A suggestion of how we would be able to utilize all of the funds that they
Without us.
currently, with the mayor.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry.
We include the
Okay,
city,
great.
Brad and the mayor, we're on the calls, with SRF to suggest how we might be able to utilize all of these funds. Is essentially what it allows the city to do is to get ahead on that next phase.
Yes.
So you would have, if we would not have done this now, it would have been rolled into that future bar.
Okay.
So this gives us an opportunity to move ahead with some of that work that would already have been required of that future phase, which is why I say that suggests a very positive outcome from what they'll announce in the future.
It's a great scenario to be in.
It is.
Yeah. Okay,
That's all. Thank you.
yeah, no, thank you. So do we need to make a motion? Yes? Make a motion to approve the amendment
I believe so, it's a task order.
to task order number 2025-01 and
2026.
2025-02. Correct?
2026-01.
This one's the 2026-01, which is amending an older one.
Oh, I'm,
Gotcha. The highlighted part, we just need to follow the.
okay, yeah, whatever.
Yeah, we're getting there.
They got me all excited, talking about $1 million extra dollars of spending money, okay? It's not my fault. I make a different motion, cancel that previous motion. I make a different motion to approve the amendment CEI number 2026-01.
Sweet. I'll second that one.
Mayor Aaron Sims,
Aye.
Steve Brown,
Aye.
Josh Leonard.
Aye.
Thank you, Commonwealth, for coming up and helping us with that. Thank you.
Yep.
Yep. New business. Item number 12, approve the updated employee handbook.
Yes, the handbook. Yes, the handbook committee met and they reviewed some suggestions and they approved some suggestions. So this is just approving those updated changes to the employee handbook. Nothing major at all. It was just departmentalizing our sick days because fire and police work different hours and more hours than what, you know, admin do and laborers do. So we're changing the amount of sick days, how they can take that from hourly to, instead of half-day increments to hourly. Those types of changes. There wasn't anything big, as you guys have reviewed. So if you guys have any questions?
I don't, I reviewed it.
Okay.
I've asked Josh to stop using AI as much up here.
Thank you.
He doesn't, I'm just kidding, so for the record, but yes. I make a motion to approve the updated employee handbook.
If this is how I sound with the assistance of AI, I'm in trouble. I second the motion.
Mayor Aaron Sims,
Aye.
Steve Brown,
Aye.
Josh Leonard.
Aye.
Thank you.
I'd like to thank everybody who helped us with the handbook committee. Thank you guys for coming in. That was a good meeting, I think, productive meeting. Miscellaneous, anything, Josh? Steve?
I don't have anything at the moment.
Attorney Loy?
I'm good, thanks.
Shanda? If there's nothing else, our next meeting will be on, where am I at? Monday, June 15th at 5:30. Thank you very much. Meeting's adjourned.
Let her rip.
All right.
Oh.
Please stand for the pledge. Good evening, everyone. It's just after 6 o'clock, May 18th, 120 West Washington Street. May I please get a roll call?
Mayor Aaron Sims,
Here.
Gary Allen,
Present.
Bill Cheever,
Present.
Tim McQuinn,
Present.
Dave Patty,
Present.
Attorney George Loy.
Thank you, Shanda. On to the minutes. If you've had a chance to review the minutes from our last meeting on May 4th, may I get a motion to approve them?
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes.
Thank you, Bill.
I'll second.
Thank you, Tim.
Gary Allen,
Aye.
Bill Cheever,
Aye.
Tim McQuinn,
Aye.
Dave Patty.
Aye. Okay. On to additions or deletions to the agenda. Patty, I don't believe there's any.
Nothing to add or delete this evening, I don't believe. Anybody else? Nope.
Okay, perfect. Citizen participation?
No.
No citizen participation. On to department head reports. No reports were submitted. We have old business, one item, area plan. This was a rezone ordinance 2026, 1221. Good evening, Jenny.
Hello. So I was last here back in April, I believe, March, April. And I presented to you rezone petition 1221. That was a petition to request a change in zoning district assignment for 126 East High Street to go from R1 single-family residential to R2 single and two-family residential. Again, this comes to you by an area plan commission vote of 3 against and 6 in favor. So 6 in favor, 3 against. At the last hearing, you guys requested that the applicant provide some additional information. She is here this evening with some handouts to provide to you all. I will let her take it from here unless you have any questions specifically for me.
You asked for it, so there it is. Yes, yes, okay. So before I hand those out, I wanted to read something that I prepared, if that's okay. No, we don't read those. To the members of the City Council, I stand before you not only as a homeowner, but as a hardworking member of this community who deserved far more respect, fairness, and professionalism than what was permitted during the recent City Council meeting. Not by all, but by enough. I would first like to address something that deeply concerned me throughout this process. During the meeting, one council member advised me to return with additional information and stated that if a vote had been taken that evening, it would have been a no, while further implying he was speaking on behalf of the council collectively. Respectfully, the concern is not that additional information was requested. I welcome thoughtful review and legitimate questions. The concern was the implication, that the outcome had already been collectively determined prior to a full and impartial consideration of the matter. One council member spoke at length about childhood memories of riding through the neighborhood with nostalgia and sentimentality, despite those reflections having little to do with the practical reality of my project or the actual condition of my property. Respectfully, nostalgia is not zoning law. I entered this process respectfully, transparently, and in good faith. I deserved the same professionalism in return. What transpired throughout the meeting was deeply disappointing on many levels. I listened as citizens spoke about me with open disrespect, made degrading insinuations, and portrayed me as someone harming this neighborhood, while those comments were permitted to continue publicly and unchecked. Yet during the zoning meeting, which this proposal passed, by the way, I witnessed very different conduct. Disrespectful commentary from neighbors was promptly addressed and professionalism was maintained. At one point, they were told directly, quote, "That's enough. You've gone too far, and it's inappropriate." The contrast did not go unnoticed. One statement in particular was especially offensive. "You should come look at the mess she's created in the neighborhood." I sincerely invite anyone here to do exactly that. Come look at my property. Come look at the countless hours of labor, care, and investment I have poured into my home with my own two hands, with our hands. Come look at one of the most carefully maintained and well-kept homes on the block. The suggestion that I have somehow diminished this neighborhood is not merely inaccurate, it's entirely contrary to the reality. Equally disturbing was the way my profession was weaponized against me. I'm an addictions counselor. Every day I work to help individuals and families rebuild their lives. During this process, neighbors openly implied that I was being dishonest and secretly opening a recovery home. That accusation was not only false, but deeply inappropriate and profoundly disrespectful. Rather than asking questions directly or seeking clarity through respectful conversation, assumptions and fabrications were publicly repeated in a manner intended to discredit both my character and my profession. Some individuals have occupied positions of influence in this area for decades and appear resistant to the reality that communities naturally evolve over time. The reality is that this project was intended to improve accessibility and create easier traffic flow down High Street. Ironically, some of the same individuals claiming concern for safety regularly speed down that road despite children playing there, children I care about. In further support of this concern, I've included, which I will provide to you, photographs of the owner of Adho Lanes continuously turning against one-way traffic when exiting High Street. The irony here is just too difficult to overlook. These individuals object to maneuvering around vehicles parked on my own property, yet they appear comfortable disregarding the intended traffic pattern when it benefits them. In other words, they want traffic controlled according to their convenience, while expecting me to conform to their preference on property I own, maintain, and pay taxes on. I also want this council to understand, excuse me, that while I entered this process seeking rezoning in good faith, I now recognize that I may not ultimately require a rezoning in order to move forward with my plans. Regardless, I fully intend to create a safe, thoughtful, and well-maintained place for my family members with pride and responsibility. There will be more cars parked in the driveway I own and pay taxes on. I will not be intimidated out of my rights, nor shamed for improving my property, supporting my family, or serving this community through the work that I do. I remain committed to this neighborhood, to this town, and to conducting myself with the respect and integrity that I had hoped would be extended to me in return. Thank you. Got a lot of copies here.
Only thing I can say about this, I wish we could have received this prior to today so we could review it. It's a little bit much here at the last
Sure.
second. So I'm just mentioning that as we,
I understand.
okay? Yeah.
We're not in any hurry, really. I mean, we understand, there's process and everything, you know? It's all good.
Do you have a contact number that maybe I could have, so that if I have any questions about this as I review it over the next couple days or so? I don't know how everyone else feels about it tonight, but I would sure like to have a little bit of time to digest this.
Yes, of
You know, and
course.
you mentioned that you kind of thought, last time you were up, that this council had predetermined a result here. I want to assure you that I never had any predetermined notion on this thing before it came to
I
me.
wasn't referring to you.
I understand, I just want you to understand that I didn't have that, and I don't believe anybody on the council had that. They were asking some questions, so I want to make sure you understand, we will give you a fair review of this. I
understand.
promise and assure you of that, okay? But if you give me a contact information, if you don't mind, and I'll be respectful and only do it during the daytime, or you tell me when, best time to contact you. If I have any questions, I'd like to do that, be able to contact you in between now and then the next meeting.
Yes.
Is that okay?
Mhm.
Okay, perfect.
If you need an idea about the plumbing on that, I'm a licensed plumber, so I could probably let you know the distances and, just to let you know the grade of everything. I can let you know anything.
Hey, I'd love your contact information too.
You bet.
Right, or you can say, here's the contact or whatever, okay? So I do appreciate that.
Absolutely.
I don't know if anyone has any other questions. It's 90 days after first thing, so June something? You've got the date, don't you?
I do have the date.
Excellent.
Or I thought I had the date. I believe it's a time in June or July. I can get the date to you.
Yeah, and I think you wrote it down in the minutes from the previous meeting, not this meeting, but the previous one. I don't have a copy of it. I don't either.
It's within
I don't
90
either.
days of passing, so within 90 days of April 13th.
Yeah.
It's been tabled for 28 days.
Yeah, so I think the important thing is, obviously, is we plan to put this on for the agenda for next meeting. And everyone do their due diligence and review it between now and then, so that we can have it on the next meeting, right? You agree? So
I would absolutely agree with that,
you
yeah.
agree with that? So if I make a motion to table this until the next meeting?
Has everybody driven down there?
I actually have, yeah. I actually have. I got some photos of some different things too that I'm happy to share with the council. But I want to kind of get into this a little bit and kind of go that route.
I apologize for how you feel the last meeting. I can't speak on behalf of everybody here, but I don't know what happened at the county council or the county meeting where they were asked to, tell people to stop saying certain things, but I don't recall, I don't know, I just have a bit of a memory of that meeting, honestly, but,
Well, there's playback. I mean, it was public, so.
absolutely, I was here, yeah.
I think it
And,
might have been, it wasn't the previous meeting here. It was the area planning.
Okay.
With the
The
county.
initial, where this was passed, was where disrespectful, discouraging words were
Okay.
said
Oh,
outright.
Yeah, not here,
It
yeah.
kind of felt like it was trying to be swayed. The last time we were in here, it just
In
felt
here?
like, yeah, it just felt that way.
Did you feel that way also?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
Because it was stated that,
He shared a memory, he shared a memory of a nostalgic memory, a fond memory.
he
I don't
did,
know.
he did, with his people that he has nostalgia with that are directly proposing this proposal. And he also made a statement and said, if you hadn't come prepared completely tonight, the answer would have been a no.
I think you have a beautiful home. It looks nice what you've done.
Thank you.
Yeah. I apologize if you got that impression. I missed that completely, but I apologize on behalf of the council.
Thank you.
and this
Appreciate
room,
it.
yeah.
Thank you.
Can I have a sec?
I'll second that we table this.
Gary Allen,
Aye.
Bill Cheever,
Aye.
Tim McQuinn,
Aye.
Dave Petty.
Aye.
To a certain date.
Yeah, can you give me the date?
2 weeks.
To June 1st is our first
June
meeting.
1st.
Yep.
So June 1st would be yep. You're welcome.
In the meantime, are you requesting anything else from the petitioner or applicant, or myself?
If you want to share that with Diane, that would be great. That's okay. Okay.
Okay, thank you, guys.
Thank you, Jenny. Thank you. New business, item number 1, water, introduction of bond ordinance 202603. George?
This is the introduction of ordinance number 2026-03 pertaining to our lead line replacement project. This is the first reading. It will proceed on to second reading in 2 weeks for hopeful passage. On this project, our engineers are Commonwealth Engineers. Our financial consultants are Baker Tilly, and bond counsel are Barnes and Thornburg. This bond ordinance, in lieu of reading all 23 pages, I'm going to read it by title. Again, the project pertains to our lead and galvanized line replacement project. Very valuable project that the projected cost being in the neighborhood of $5 million. The title of the ordinance is an ordinance of the Common Council of the City of Monticello, Indiana, authorizing the acquisition, construction, and installation of certain improvements for the waterworks system of the City of Monticello, the issuance of revenue bonds to provide for the cost thereof, the collection, segregation, and distribution of the revenues of such system, the safeguarding of the interests of the owners of such revenue bonds and other matters connected therewith, including the issuance of notes in anticipation of such bonds, and repealing all ordinances inconsistent therewith. The appropriate motion would be to approve the first reading of this and to move it on for second reading on consideration of passage and second reading on June 1st.
So, George, before I make that motion, I would just like to ask, I mean, I went through this, and like you said, it's some good reading. It's a lot of pages.
Yeah.
But anyways, I did come up with a couple things I'd like to talk to you about, if we can, as appropriate, add some language to this. But I'll be happy to pass it on second reading if we have time in between now and the next
sure,
meeting,
yeah.
that you and I could maybe get together and, 1,
Anytime.
2, 3, there's only like 4 things I came up with.
Sure.
Okay.
Happy to.
Well, I'll make a motion that we move forward with ordinance 2026-03 to second reading.
I will second that motion.
Gary Allen,
Aye.
Bill Cheever,
Aye.
Tim McQuinn,
Aye.
Dave Patty.
Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you. On to new business number 2, police. This is a transfer of funds ordinance 2026-04.
Good evening. I'm here asking if I can transfer some funds from our police reception salary to new equipment. As of right now, we have 1 receptionist, and I'm not gonna use all that money this year. Twin Lakes Dodge provided us with a unique, rare opportunity to save the city substantial amount of money, and that was to get another vehicle that they had purchased and sold it to us pretty cheap. Board of Works approved that. This time, I just would like to put money back into new equipment just in case anything arises in the future.
I think it's appropriate that you get another vehicle. You're down one, obviously, at this moment, so, and have a backup would be useful, so you don't have to use the other Tahoe. Anybody have any questions about what they're looking at here? They're looking at this vehicle, they've got a deal on the table.
Yeah, I'm curious, so this is the new equipment allocated enough for 2 new vehicles this year. So this would be a third?
Third, yes.
Okay. And then, does that mean then for budget year next year, we only need to fund 1?
I mean, we can look at it, but right now, trying to keep the vehicles in rotation. Our vehicles are used every day in patrol. And my goal is to keep maintenance down. So as we move forward, there are vehicles that we still have that are older. So as we move forward, that's something I would love to sit down with the council and figure out what kind of rotation we can do.
Because right now, we're doing a two-year, two
yes.
per year rotation, right?
Right. And there was a skip prior to my administration that we received no police vehicles.
That was probably during the COVID area where we couldn't get them, maybe.
I could have been.
Okay. So, yeah, I
but
think we
with
get
that,
the
yeah.
list of it, and I understand why you're wanting to do this. I guess then my other question is the receptionist side of it. Are we gonna not fill that position this year then?
No, that's, and you and I kind of talked about it at one point.
Last year, right?
Yes,
Okay.
with the county,
Mhm.
and dispatch and all that, that money was kind of still sitting there in case we had to help pay
Okay.
for, that. I don't see that coming to light this year. I don't know if it's coming to light next year or what, so, but that's kind of where we're at. Nevaeh left last year, resigned, and we've not filled that. And then, we had Luann retire, and we replaced her with Shirley. So, we've never filled that spot. in the
So
2
will
years.
this then, Chief, will this get you then to fully, I don't want to say staffed, yeah, fully equipped with vehicles then?
Correct.
One spare? Is that what leaves you with?
No, we're gonna have 2 spares still. So what happened was we have the new Durangos, they're taking forever down at Lafayette to get outfitted. With that, we had our squirrel incident that was upset about somebody building their home in the woods.
Yeah, what'd we ever do with that one?
That is, just got approved from insurance.
Okay.
The check's going to be mailed to the clerk's office.
Insurance is taking care of that
Yes.
then?
I
mean,
spoke
hate to
with,
put it to
I spoke
insurance,
with, yeah, I spoke with Monticello Motors today. He has ordered the wiring harness that the Ninja Squirrel chewed up. However, they're on back order. So we don't know how long this is gonna take. We don't know how long this car's gonna be down.
We had another one, do we have another one down too that had some damage from animal or something? Or am I
Yeah,
think-
that's the squirrel.
That's a squirrel? Okay.
Yes. And then we just got word that we may have another wiring issue, with another Ford. I don't know if Ford has a coating on their wiring system, but Ford, if you're listening, please stop.
Quit making them plant food.
Yeah, so when I was down in Lafayette, move-overs, I was told that DeFal just rebuilt, a Lafayette Police Department's, Ford Explorer. The guy lived in town, and a squirrel chewed the wiring harness. And then another gentleman up north told me the same thing with that year and style of vehicle. So there's always something with these vehicles anymore that are gonna cause some kind of issues, so.
Yeah, right? Squirrel, right? Yeah. We got deer, we're gonna do the squirrel.
One
Yeah.
animal
Yes,
group at a time.
yes.
Geese are next, by the way.
Yes.
So
I
I
mean, the
think
criminals aren't taking us out, it's the squirrels, so.
that helps me, Chief. I appreciate that.
Yeah, and again, this is more of just a blanket, just in case, something goes sideways and I gotta get some kind of equipment that'll give me a little bit of money. I'm gonna leave, if you guys approve, I'm gonna try to leave, an extra $3,000 on top of, our receptionist right now salary. So there's any hiccups,
Yep.
that money's still there to pay that out and go that route.
Yeah. So this will need to go through 2 readings, right?
Correct.
So, but you have enough in there currently, if you needed to make the
Yes.
move now, you could. This is just kind of a replenishment for that fund to
Correct.
ensure anything else we have, new equipment-wise, that you can cover.
Correct.
Okay.
Yes. Yep.
Would
I
this
got- I
even
have the
be,
money.
would this even be coming up if he hadn't called you with a deal?
No.
He suckered
Absolutely
you
not.
right in, didn't he?
He did.
Yeah.
He did. Those salesmen. Mark, if you're listening, I appreciate it. Thank you. He's actually, it's 5,000 off of what he charged us. He already gave us a outstanding deal at the beginning of the year. I can't say any more good things about those folks out there. They've taken care of us, so.
I'll make a motion that we pass this ordinance 2026-04 on first reading.
For second reading?
Yeah, pass it on first reading to second reading.
Correct.
Yep. I'll second.
Gary Allen,
Aye.
Bill Cheever,
Aye.
Tim McQuinn,
Aye.
Dave Patty.
Aye.
Thank you.
New business, number 3, streets, permission to apply for the Safe Streets for All Roadways Funding Grant. Hi, Frank.
Good evening.
Good evening.
I hope you've all had a chance to read the material that has been sent from Kirpsey, from the school, from Jason. Basically what this is just, and to make us, try to make this as simple as I can, kind of help us study the traffic patterns, the pedestrian patterns around the schools. What can we do to make them safer? What can we do to, you know, keep people from getting in trouble? You know, and as Jason said, we've been working on 3rd Street for years, have not come up with a viable option. The last option we had was going to be somewhere $10 to $13 million for a sidewalk. That's a lot of money for a sidewalk. But pedestrian safety is, you know, that'd be pretty cheap, you know. So Kirpsey has approached us with this opportunity to do this kind of safety study around the schools for the bargain basement price of $4,000. So I guess I'm asking you to help us out, and we'll fund this.
I didn't see, Frank, where was the funding of this targeted to come from? Was this coming from a council project engineering services line, or did we decide that?
I don't think, I guess it really has not been decided. I'm hoping the council would find a place to fund this.
I think the amount is, we can probably do that. I was just kind of curious if there had been any discussions.
Right, no, I have not. I mean, I didn't know whether this could come out of like your contractual.
I don't know that answer right now. I don't know that answer right now, but
right.
Possibly. Yeah. So this is just approval to do this, correct? Is that where we're at this point?
Yes. I mean, we're kind of somewhat under the gun, because if we're going to do this, we have to have
The
May
grant was in May,
26th.
right?
Yeah, May 26th is we have to have this approved by, and
Contractual, we got.
From this last, yeah, we should be able to, assuming nothing else comes out of that, we should be fine.
We should be, we should be fine, come out of contractual.
Yeah,
Okay.
but they can look at it, whatever option, Shannon, you can come up with good options, so.
I'm fine with that. I wasn't just gonna throw the council, you're paying for it, at you.
Gotta
Approve
make sure it's
it.
covered.
You know what I mean? I was
Yeah.
gonna let you at least have some say-so in your budget.
So, but I think this is definitely worth the study, right? I mean, we have been looking at what we can do on 3rd Street for,
Yep. We actually
time.
have in next first part of June sometime, we have another engineering firm that has been looking at 3rd Street again more, and they're coming with a couple more options of different things maybe we can try that.
you know, you can't go back in time, but you have to go back a long way in time, right? We'd make that road that much wider. And,
Yep.
be
That's
less of a problem, houses back a little bit further,
Yeah,
so.
yeah, if
but,
we can just scoot
is
them
what it is.
houses back a little further, it'd be so much easier.
That's more than the 13 million.
Yes, yes.
I'll make a motion that we allow Frank to explore this a little further. Is that the deal? Yep.
I'll second.
So this is a motion and a second for it to come out of council contractual services for the 4,000 to be our matching. So Gary Allen,
Aye.
Bill Cheever,
Aye.
Tim McQuinn,
Aye.
Dave Patty.
Aye.
Thank you all very much.
Thank you, Frank. Please tell Emily, thank you for her help. That was. New business number 4, consideration of City Park Lift Station Ready 2.0 grant sub-agreement with the Greater Lafayette Commerce Community Economic Development Foundation.
This project was approved for a READY grant, and consequently, the sub-agreement you have in front of you is between GLCCEDF and the City of Monticello with the required terms.
So just, if I summarize it like this, this allows the city to be reimbursed for funds already spent on our city lift station through the Ready 2 program. So this is really an agreement we have to enter in and then apply the appropriate level of documentation and the timelines that are required by Ready. Is that accurate?
I'm glad you said that, because I wasn't clear on what was going on
I believe
here.
that's
Yeah.
I believe that's how it is.
We're going to request this to get the money, yeah.
Right, so, I mean, the lift station, yes, lift station's done, right? We don't owe any more money. Okay, but this will allow us to, come back to that, and it's been on the list, so that's my belief?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, that being the case, if we need a motion to approve the agreement, I will make that motion.
I will second that motion.
Gary Allen,
Aye.
Bill Cheever,
Aye.
Tim McQuinn,
Aye.
Dave Patty.
Aye, and that allows us, if Shanda, if I'm not wrong, this allows us, this came out of no city funds then, correct, to get this job completed once this money comes back, is that right?
Correct.
ARPA and,
Yes, ARPA, which was the COVID relief money that we got. So we paid that, and then the city currently has paid for this, but this will be reimbursing. So up to 560,000 of that will be, could be reimbursed.
The city only had what was over that 560.
Correct.
So it's a win for the city.
Yes, it was.
100%, yeah.
New business number 5, this is asking for the approval of APVs from May 1st through May 14th.
I'll let you sit on the area plan meetings for 5 hours, Patty.
I'll make a motion to approve the APVs from May 1st to May 14th.
I'll second it.
Gary Allen,
Aye.
see, he answers here when he votes. Bill Cheever,
Aye.
Tim McQuinn,
Aye.
Dave Patty.
aye.
New business, final item number 6, approve allowance dockets pay period ending May 3rd.
I will make the motion that we pay our employees.
I will second that.
Aye.
Okay,
Aye.
Gary, good, okay. Tim McQuinn?
Aye.
You guys are ahead of me. Dave Patty.
Aye.
Miscellaneous, anything down there, Tim? For the greater good?
Evidently, I said enough a month ago, so I'll say nothing. Just want to go on record that I'm saying nothing this time.
Gary?
Well said.
Mr. Cheever?
I don't have anything, thank you.
Nothing, yep. George Lloyd?
Mayor, I trust you're going to say something about the pickleball court.
Yes.
Okay.
Pickleball, this Friday, 5 o'clock. Everyone's invited. We're going to have a couple VIPs down there, some celebrities. So we're going to have, yes, Yes, and we're also gonna have, some giveaways, some swag. It should be a good time. Yeah, 5 o'clock. Please come out there. They did a wonderful job. This
George, are
project
you
took-
bringing your paddle?
I am.
Okay, good, I will too then.
And this project took a little longer than we liked, but it looks beautiful. I went out there today. They striped it. It looks absolutely gorgeous. So, good job, Mitch. It was worth the wait. It'll be a win. Mr. Patty, anything?
Nope, nothing tonight.
Shanda?
Just forewarning, I will not be here at the next council meeting, June 1st. So, first, Sam, my first deputy, will be in my position. So just wanted to remind everybody that I will not be here.
We love Sam. That's perfect. Guys, one last thing. Walking Wednesday has started. If you haven't taken a lap out there, it's absolutely gorgeous. Mother Nature is a instant feel-good pill. Just get out there and enjoy a little bit of it.
And will this be our last council meeting before the wall comes through? Does that come through on the 2nd?
It does, yeah. We have one more.
We'll have a meeting the 1st?
Is it the first?
Okay. Well, since I brought it up, though, make sure
Yeah.
you attend that.
Yeah, the Wallachy Hills.
Yep.
And that's been approved, right? The original route is good, yep. Folks, if there's nothing else, our next meeting is June 1st at 6 o'clock. Meeting's adjourned.